to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Schmidt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and that's Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello. What's up, Smith?
What's up, Webb? I'm Smith. That's Webb. We are the Wager Makers. Thank you all for joining us. Big show tonight. It's Webb. It's holiday season. I got the tree over here. I think Hanukkah's starting next week for
Sunday, baby.
Sunday for everybody.
Sunday night.
Big stuff going on this week. Webb, the big news today. Mike Leach just passed away. We always enjoyed listening to his press conferences, everything. But man, sometimes, and I'm not really big on. Sometimes people die and people lose their shit over it. I'm like, you don't know that dude. You don't know. But this guy, 61, I think 61 years old. It kind of hit home to me for some reason. This time, maybe it's this time of year. And these guys got the best doctors in the world, like in their building they work at every day. They if you walked into work one day and just be like, man, I feel a little off today. Can you check me out?
Check me out.
They're right there. They're right in the office almost, I think.
You took that, you hit the nail right on the head. I was going to bring up the same thing. I don't understand how these guys, like, I'm 52 and I know where my health is, and I don't have any money or any access to a world-class doctor. So do these guys just blatantly ignore their health?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think in this case, just sometimes you can have that widowmaker heart attack, dude, and that's your numbers up. Your numbers up. But a lot of these dudes, he wasn't the picture of health. This motherfucker, can you just say, am I blocked up? Do I have any blockage? I don't know. I don't know. That's even like you're seeing some of these young football players, young meaning 50, 40, whatever, die. Like these guys have been crazy athletes since they were their entire lives, and it's just weird to see that they kick off so young. It's weird. It's hitting home these years. I guess that's what happens when you get older. These guys are like, God damn, he was 61, and he's, like I say, it's not a dude. He's a dude that's in the building with a bunch of doctors every day.
Right. Like
world class facilities, access to it all, and just goes to show you sometimes your day's just up. And
I'm sure he could grab get on the treadmill and strap something to his chest and his mouth and walk for 5 minutes and get every number that you could know to see if
it's the stress test and the everything blocked. Right.
So I don't understand. That's always been kind of a question about how that could happen to someone who's with access to that or something. So,
but anyway, the guy always great with the press conferences and fun. He's been a solid quality coach for years. No doubt. And SEC even was doing a good job in Mississippi State, whatever. But moving on, Webb, at least we first of all, I want to say we got the world famous Rev G is going to be joining us in a few minutes, Webb.
Mr. Legend, baby.
83-57 against the spread this year in our college pick'em pool, and he's going to give everyone a little tips. Listen, we love giving out the $500. No matter what I say later on in the interview, we love to give out the $500, even though we don't get to keep it for ourselves sometimes. But great to give out the Rev G. But he's going to give you guys some tips. We got the College Bowl pool going to be kicking off any day now, just a couple days. So get in that, get signed up. If you're not sure how, send us an email or send us a message and run your pool.
If you've been in any of the other pools, if you just go to run your pool, I think it pops up. But
and if you're not sure, you need an invite, let me know. I'll send it out to you. So but Rev G is going to be joining us, going to give us some tips. Even I think we see how far down the line. Even he picks national champions for you guys.
Yeah.
What do you want?
That's right.
But,
what else can you do?
Another thing we can probably lay to rest now, Webb, is the USA World Cup soccer hopes.
That's still going on?
I think there's down to four teams by now, or 2 teams by now, or something. I think Argentina won today, but the USA part of it's done. I don't have to listen to the beard wearing, IPA drinking mofos for 4 more years about how it's going to take over the world. And it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. A couple new rules we learned this week, Webb, the hard way. The first rule, and just more reasons why I hate soccer. So they play 90 minutes.
Right.
Nobody scores. Then they play another 30 minutes.
Well, not even that. They play extra time, whatever that is.
Yeah, there's 2. Like in this section was 2 extra halves. 15 minutes apiece.
That's not even before that. They play.
The imaginary.
the imaginary time, fantasy time.
Right. Correct.
Fantasy time based on who fell down during the thing, who wasted time, how long the guy flopped after he got nicked on his knee, and all that kind of thing.
Right.
So they play that, which is an extra 9 minutes. I think 9 minutes. I forget what game we were watching that we had.
Right.
I think we had Brazil or Brazil and Spain. We had Brazil. This one talking about. So then they play an extra 9 minutes, and then they play 2 15-minute halves at that point.
Who knew?
With extra time onto that. Like fantasy time goes on to that.
Right.
Only they don't score at all. And finally,
right.
In minute 115, I want to say, out of 120.
Yeah.
That's right. No. 30 and 90. Out of 120, Brazil scores.
Yes. Right.
Goal! we have Brazil in the pool.
Right.
We bet on Brazil that day, right. I think.
Yep.
We winner. Chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner, baby.
Go home. We're in the final 2, final 4, whatever it was at that point. Win. No. Then they're like, listen, I know we've played 115 minutes plus fantasy time.
Correct.
To see who's gonna win.
Right.
But this is not sudden. This is not sudden. And so far you've scored 1 goal. This is not sudden. But now we're gonna give the other team just 5 more minutes plus fantasy time just to tie it up.
Right.
Not enough has gone on.
Right. Not enough of nothing hasn't already happened.
Right. We need at least 12 more minutes of nothing.
Right.
And sure enough, they score, and then I lose. I had Spain and Brazil in the pool. I'm down to final 8, and they both lost in
But not only that game, that shootout, whatever, the Brazil game, Croatia, I think they scored like over a minute and 18. So they scored with less than 2 minutes. So they went 118 minutes and scored once. And then they score another goal within that 90 seconds till it got to 120. And then we lose.
Then we lose.
Then we fucking lose, and we're out. But thankfully, Schmidt, it was merciful. Because now I haven't even thought about it, considered it, even knew it was on ever since then.
The USA got their everybody wins a trophy fucking situation. Everybody's so happy. Man, they gave it such a good run. Yeah. They're so close, Webb.
Maybe
the USA is so close.
Maybe 4 years from now.
Maybe 4 years ago, you can make the final 8. They're on the cusp of winning this fucking thing, Webb.
They're on the cusp of being shitty.
And I learned a new rule this year, which shows it how ridiculous this is.
Oh, I don't even know what this is.
Oh, this is good. So I'm watching the USA game against, I think it was Iran, the one that they had to win to get to the next level. Yeah. And who's like their main guy, Pulisic or whatever his name is. He's like the best player, USA's best player. He scores 1-0, but gets hurt in the middle of the game, Webb. So we're like, all right, well, it's 1-0. Certainly we can take it home from here. Pulisic, you sit down.
Right. Just relax.
We'll send somebody in and we'll fucking take it from you. It's 1-0.
Right.
It's soccer. We are dominating this bitch. Right? This game is in the fucking bag.
That is insurmountable. Right.
Right? We're almost 10-run rule in these motherfuckers. Right? So instead they're like, no, there's still some more time to play. If I substitute for him, he can't come back in.
Okay.
But what we can do, Webb, is we'll just play with 10 players for a while until I think we'd have better chances, Coach, if we just put another world-class, one of the 11 best Americans in the fucking world in the fucking game to play D, to make sure nobody scores. Now, they held on. They won 1-0.
Right.
And they won. But how ridiculous of a game were you like, should we play like 10 or 15 minutes with just less players with a one goal lead? Or should we put somebody in?
Maybe we should go equal. No.
Yeah. Like, are you trying to give up the goal? I get it. He's your dude. Is he going to score 2 goals in one game? American? No, he's not.
No. You haven't.
No way in hell. Ever. I would bet 25,000 to 1 that he's not going to score again, hurt or not.
It's going to score. USA's not going to score again.
Right. It's 1-0. We got to keep him here. We're not doing anything different. So, but anyway, I'm a little bitter. I deserve. Sometimes you make a bet, Webb, that makes you feel dirty. I bet England in that first round against the U.S. and lost.
I bet shit too. Yeah.
Bet against the U.S. Sometimes you do stuff in this gambling world that makes you feel dirty, and I paid for it.
Yeah, well, we lost, but I don't feel dirty. That shit is silly.
Yep. Webb, college is down to the top 4. College football. Let's get on to real stuff. The Michigan Wolverines, the Ohio State Buckeyes, TCU, and Georgia. And we'll be talking a little bit in a few minutes. I mean, I think as usual, I think they got the best 4 teams are in the playoff. I think there's arguments to be made.
Pretty much. I mean, you certainly TCU has to be in there. I would assume that would be one of the argument, and the other one would be Ohio State. But that last loss, that whatever happened, snuck them back in. And listen, it's can you argue? Yes, but there's no one who's head and shoulders above. There's no argument that can be made that somebody's that much better than Ohio State. And I do think they're going to give Georgia at least a game, and I'm glad it's 2 different conferences in that game at least. Yep.
Yeah. So I think we've been proponents of even though they're going to move it to 12 games fairly soon. We've been okay with the 4 theme lineup.
4 is the number. Again, we talked about this umpteen times. You go to 12, 13, 14, 15 are going to be bitching and whining and moaning. So, I mean, eventually someone has to win, and there needs to be a line that is drawn. So,
and if you have to win 3 or 4 games, sometimes the best team might not even win.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Eventually, what if your quarterback gets hurt? At least in this scenario, that you guys you got a little month off before you play.
Yep.
You guys are at full strength for the last 2 games, and you make it happen. But whatever, we'll deal with it. I get. There's more money in having 12 teams in it than there is having 4.
Right.
Especially when you look at these shit ass bowl games they're playing now.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, our guy Webb, Coach Prime, leaves and goes to Colorado. I think Colorado is going to be moving on up here pretty soon.
Well, they're damn sure going to be relevant this year. And I'm sure you're going to see some names. I think there's 600 players in the transfer portal. Certainly, some of those top end players are going to play for him. I am surprised that he didn't take the South Florida job just based off of where he's from. I think it might be a little bit easier to recruit Florida kids to stay in Florida, but whatever reasons, but I'm glad, and I think he deserves it. And we're Coach Prime guys. We're rooting for him.
Yep. Another coaching move, Webb. When we talk about coaching moves and like how do they get these guys that don't they have anybody else?
There's no one else. Right.
So Hugh Freeze, where's he going? Oh, he's going to Auburn.
Yeah,
right?
From Liberty, and then he was like sleeping with hookers when he was at Ole Miss.
Just a few years ago.
Right. Well, now listen, that's in my opinion, victim is crime. But if you want to coach, it's better than beating on some woman or something like the Texas coach. So if you're a head coach, right? How many hours you work a day?
Lots.
20, 18?
I think in college, maybe even a little less than that. All right.
Say you work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? So where are you going to get some release, some companionship? Why wouldn't you not make an exchange as an adult, pay for some goods and services, pay for someone to leave, and then you get back to work? I get it. It's a very moral, you're working for a university, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it seems a lot less, seedy or amoral than one of these guys like
the secretary or something, or an intern or something.
Banging a co-ed
right.
Or something. Who was the guy? What did it? The guy who used to coach Arkansas, who had the girl on the back of his motorcycle.
Right. Even the coach at Auburn before this was like he was at Boise State and brought the girl over with him. She was just worked in the building.
Right, and that's okay because she wasn't a prostitute. So I don't, that's a little bit holier than thou for me. Certainly for as seedy as college sports can be in terms of paying kids or whatever. So he did a great job at Liberty. So I don't know why, how he's the answer for Auburn. But
I'm not judging the guy. I'm just saying with all out there, you're looking for a leader of 19, 20-year-old dudes. And this is the guy, like there's nobody else. The guy that's been retread five times. It's like, dude, come on.
Right. The retread is going to do it now.
How many chances?
Right. I can't agree more with you.
Before some other guy gets a chance to make $5 million a year.
Right. And then how long till they pay him to leave?
Right. We've said it a million times. The best job in football is the ex-football coach.
Yeah, certainly in the SEC.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, right now we're gonna take it real quick. We're gonna welcome the Rev G to the show, and then when we get back, we'll get with some picks. So everybody's been waiting. 83-57 against the spread. The guy. We had. I know we've done at least probably 3 college pick'ems tournaments.
I would think that's the number. Yeah, I believe it's
probably 3. At least 3, maybe 4. Definitely, I don't think it's 2, but we have a 2-time champ.
Yeah,
2-time champ.
Back to back.
The world famous Rev G is back on the show.
The man, the myth, the legend. Here he is, the machine.
That's it. What's up, guys? How are you?
What's up, Rev G? Welcome to the show. 83-57 against the spread. Scorching numbers against the spread.
Not bad, right? 60%. I'll take it all day.
That's what it is. 60%. Yeah.
59.6. Pretty.
That's very good. Listen, better than us. You should have your own show. Maybe we should be on your show.
Do you have a podcast? Are you interested in getting a podcast?
I do not. But thank you guys. Thank your sponsors for all the contests. It's a great time. And like I said, I'm a hat trick. Winning the college pick'em is a hat trick for me because I won Webb's money one week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I won the Survivor pool one year. And now the college pick'em, so that's the hat trick. And going for the Grand Slam. Watch out, Lord Dog. I'm coming for you.
That's
it. Oh, man.
Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. I love it.
Awesome.
Just don't 1099 me at the end of the year.
No, that's right. This is all, yeah.
It won't be long before they keep track of all this stuff. So we got to get it while you can.
Enough.
You ain't kidding. And Scott Wheatley needs to change his name to former champion.
Yeah. Love it. Nothing better than a little shit talking while you're on the show, no doubt.
That's a surprise. You guys got a nice message board out on there too. Not a lot of smack talk, but maybe we can kick it up.
You got to bring it out. Here, this is going to do it. This is going
to go. You've established yourself as a trendsetter here. You can do whatever you want on there. Get in there. Call everybody a pussy if you need to. Whatever needs to get done.
It's funny, guy. We got a little Smith and I have this with the guys we grew up with. A bunch of guys listening to the show, and you were revered. On there, like Rev G is the amazing machine.
Like, holy shit! I thought I was catching him. He went 9-1 this week and shit.
And it was funny, like building up to. They're like, I'm gunning for Rev G. I'm like, bring it on, man.
Got the revenue side.
He's taking on all comers.
Yeah.
83-57, Rev G. That got you won by 5 games over the rest of the pack. Freddie Burwell did a good job. Even Data Voodoo was up there. My man Lee Allen was up there. A couple other guys, and but man, you blew him away. Rev G, is it so? Now this is the big. We're promoting the College Bowl Pick'em show, so it's nice that you're here. At least you can acknowledge that people do get $500 when they win.
That's right. Hey, he got paid 3 times. He got
paid 3 times. Correct. Yes.
We're running out of money. If the Buffalo Grill in Little Rock and the MN3 Technologies is out there, we're running. We're running out of money. Because me and Webb are supposed to win some of these, and we don't have those rules where like a person affiliated with the show can't win. We're like, yeah, we'll put the contest out, we'll win the money, and fuck it, we don't have to pay anybody. So Rev G, so without giving out too many secrets, we're leading into the College Bowl season. The College Bowl Pick'em contest is starting any day now. I think December 16th, which is just a couple days away.
It's Friday,
do you have any tips for these guys and girls playing in this? Anything that can help them out? Do you have anything you go by all the time? You go by
The College Bowls are really tough, right? So during the year, two simple things, right? Early on, lay the wood, right? You got the good teams are going to play the shit teams. You can't be afraid to lay 30, 40 points. You're going to win. Majority of the time, not all the time, majority of the time. And my other thing I always play is I always take an unranked team versus a ranked team, especially when the unranked team is favored. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to get like in a College Bowl pool. I'll give you one example. NC State ranked like 22nd or whatever they are. They're getting 5.5 from Maryland, or 2.5 from Maryland. I'm sorry. Maryland unranked, NC State ranked. Everybody's going to take the ranked team with the points. I'm all over Maryland. Yeah. Go the other way. I say, and also when the lines look fishy, they usually are, right? We know that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So just some basic stuff like that. But the College Bowl pool, man, like I said, won way too many games. Don't get me wrong. Love turning on the TV at 2 p.m. on
That's
Wednesday.
right.
And college football's on, nothing better, right? 42 games, a little difficult to handicap them all, obviously. The coaching changes, and now the transfer portal. It's a crapshoot. You don't know who's playing, who's not playing. You know, and
that's what I was going to say. Especially in this college bowl pool here now, or the college bowls now. Especially if you see a funny line, you can rest assured somebody's sitting out. Important guys are sitting out. It's not till you get to the New Year's Day bowls and the really even now New Year's Day doesn't even matter. It's just the Final Four really that all that matters.
Right. And like I said, it's good that the way the pool's set up, right? You're not locking in this weekend for all 42 games. You can change your picks. So if you're paying attention, you'll see maybe the UCLA quarterback doesn't play because he goes in the portal, or who applies for the NFL draft, blah, blah, blah. You can keep your eyes open, and you'll see the line change. Lines probably won't change in the pool, but you'll see the movement outside. But as far as the championship, I will take Georgia to beat Ohio State close, and Michigan to beat up TCU pretty good. And I think Georgia beats Michigan in a championship. Back to back for Georgia.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Rev G is giving you down the road.
Way to go out on a limb,
big
Rev
games.
G. Way to go out on a limb.
Take the chalk.
That's a way to go
out.
This,
Rev G. I'll tell you what. A sure sign you're going to tank this bowl season is being on here telling everybody your strategy. I can tell you that. Once you start feeling good about everything, listen. Let me tell you what I do here when I'm making picks, and this is what's going to happen.
I don't think I did fairly. Don't believe I was 500 at least last year. I had a pretty poor, dismal bowl season last year. If you guys go back and look at the record,
but
not good.
You can't argue with the records over the last couple of times and won. What do you say? Won a Survivor, college pool, everything, man. You do. Dude's red hot. Everybody look at, and you're wearing the garb. You can't beat that, man. That's a wager, man. That's a fine looking shirt you're wearing there.
That's it. It's funny, Smith. We're going back a couple years. We're on the beach. I saw some guy. I met Devin. Might have said, "He's like, hey, Daddy, look over there. Guy's got a wager maker shirt." I turned around. It was Rev G sitting on the beach with one of the yellow ones. It was great.
The yellow shirt on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a picture of it on my phone. You know what it was? I think Perone sent me a picture.
That's right. You had your spies on the beach.
That's right. We got our minions everywhere, baby.
Don't forget too. There's still time for Christmas. Get on our website and get your garb. Get your man or woman some cool wager makers gear before you're done.
Got to get me some spirit stuff too, brother.
I can work on that for you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Rev G, I got a couple questions for you though, just in terms of strategy from regular season first, and we'll get to the bowls. You did mention like a ranked team playing a non-ranked team, and so it doesn't matter if it's home or away or conference or non-conference.
Nope.
Because that's one of our. I mean, Smith and I go back and forth on a in division road dog always takes all that bullshit. I mean, everyone has a system.
More in the pros, right? If you do the interdivision home dog, that kind of works in the NFL, which is a total disaster this year. What's going on? They got what they wanted in the NFL.
Absolutely. Maybe too much.
Too much, exactly.
Right. There's a thin line between parity and mediocrity. That's what Webb asked me the Monday Night Football game last night. He's like, "Who's playing?" I was like, "Man, this game is fucking sucks." And and I was like, "Well, I guess they can't have the Chiefs and the Bills play every night because once you get past the top 3 or 4 teams, I mean." Everybody is mediocre. Everybody's 4-7 and 6-6. Everybody.
Not a good product.
No, they wanted to
come out of the NFC South with a record below 500 to win.
Yeah,
that's awful. And they get a playoff spot. Awful.
Home game. Yep.
A home game. Right. But like I said, I usually laser in on a couple of conferences. I love the SEC.
Right. Yep.
And I like the Pac-12. Like I said, anything can happen in the Pac-12. It happens every year. Throw the records out, rivalries and stuff like that. Like I said, and they're on late at night too on Saturday. So keeps you interested.
The bailout time.
Keeps you interested. But yeah, like I said, a couple of good conferences, and like I said, the USC Utah games this year, they were both great college football games.
Absolutely.
And to me, I like the college game better than the pro game. Like I said, it's more emotional, and the NFL just seems, like I said, they got what they wanted. They wanted mediocrity, and they're just going to go through the motions. But like I said, a college game to me still has the juice. Like I said.
So has the transfer portal dampened any of that from you at all, and NIL or no?
I think so. Only because you have no, I'm recruiting you. I want you to come play for me, and 2 years down the road, all of a sudden, if a guy comes in, he's better than you, and you might have to sit. Now you can go bolt somewhere else. That's, how many different teams you're going to play for. And like I said, we got guys, the guy from Georgia, 25 years old, for Christ's sake.
JT Daniel or something like that. He's leaving again.
Like college football, right?
Yeah, you're seeing guys play on three teams in 3 years. Now, why? It's the same thing we talk about with Lane Kiffin. Well, why do you want a kid? I mean, if you're not going to guarantee him he's going to play 80% of the snaps, he's going to be gone.
Exactly.
So what's even how are you going to build a program like that? I think it's helped out a lot of teams. I'm dying for Rutgers to get a fucking quarterback, but
I'm curious to see what Deion Sanders does. I think he's going to shake a lot of people up, man. He's going to go out there and recruit hard, and he's going to get a lot of guys. Colorado will be back.
He's already got guys that were supposed to go to Alabama and things like that. Say, oh no,
he had a couple guys at Jackson State even. Didn't he snag a Florida State recruit?
Yep.
I mean, we're Coach Prime guys.
Yep.
Of course you know that, but it's different. It's a bummer for me a little bit too. I mean, NIL changed it a little bit. It's good in some ways. Obviously, I'm a Carolina Hoops fan, so those guys stayed in school because they got a bunch of NIL money, which players should definitely get paid. It's a huge business, obviously. Like you just said, we're watching it from noon till midnight every fucking Saturday and gambling.
Hate them.
Yeah. So, and then the other question I have, how do you deal? I guess you kind of talked about it, that we didn't have to pick all the games in the pool right up front. How do you deal with like opt-out? Like it came out today that the Clemson guy with Michael Murphy or whatever is not. He's not playing in the conference in the bowl game. I mean, so now, how do you handle those scenarios? You just take them case by case, or
usually case by case. Like the game I was looking at the other day was the Iowa game. Right, there are starting quarterbacks hurt. The second string quarterback's leaving. They're going to start a kid that hasn't thrown a pass in college.
Right.
Go right in the bowl game. So, maybe I'll take a look at Kentucky.
Right.
Like I said, some of these situations are tough. And like I said, even look at Florida, right? Their starting quarterback, he got hurt, he got dinged up, the backup, jail, wherever he's going. Who knows what's going on there? Like I said, case by case basis. Like I said, if some of these quarterbacks aren't going to play, which is weird, right? Because in the portal, they have the option. They can still play, even though they're transferring out. They can still play for their team.
Yeah.
Now, whether the coach lets them play, that's a different story. But it's not an automatic ban as to you can't play because you went into the transfer portal. So, like I said, case by case.
That's interesting too, because now you mentioned the Iowa-Kentucky game. Now I wonder, what's the guy's name? Levis, the quarterback, Tevis or Levis? He might. I mean, he's still at this point playing, I believe, or we haven't heard that he's not. So what happens if you're the fucking Idaho Pigskin Bowl, and you pay $10 million, and now you got a kid like you said who hasn't taken a snap for Iowa, and then a top 5 pick or top 10 quarterback prospect now opts out. Now you got another kid who hasn't thrown any balls, so you're paying $10 million for. We talked about a shabby product. I mean, that's even more watered down.
Right, that's the whole thing, the who the fuck cares bowl, right?
Right.
How many more can we have? Like I said, don't
get
me
wrong.
Love the games.
Exactly.
Love the games, but got to draw the line. Like I said, the New Year's Day games lost their juice back in the day, right? That was it. Then you got your champion out of there. But like I said, now we're going to expand right to 12 teams next 2 years. I think not next year, the year after. I think, right?
I think it might even be as soon as next year, maybe.
But we'll next year?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
They're going to go to 12, right?
Right.
Really
but me and Smith have talked about this umpteen times. Like,
right.
So then what happens when your team fucking 13? Wow, we should have made it. Now we got to go to 14 or 15.
Well, that was.
Is there ever going to be do we draw the line anywhere, or just everybody everyone wins the championship?
You're going to have a tournament like the basketball.
65, right.
65. That's what we talk about sometimes. Even when that selection show comes out, team 65, 66, and 67 is complaining
right. They're going to
all the time.
Still not enough.
And I still think with the 4 team, the top 2 teams have always, as far as I'm concerned, the top teams have always been in it. Maybe you can argue who's number 5 or 4 or 6, right. But the top 2 teams have always been in the top 4 to me. You know what I mean? They've never missed getting the top teams in there.
I'll take you a step further. I think that best team has won every year since they've had it.
Right.
Pretty much. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of Saban coming out crying that he should have been in and blah, blah, blah. No, you got your 2 losses. There's teams that are better. Yeah, I know you you only lost by 2 points. All of a sudden, now he's talking point spreads and blah, blah, blah.
They have 2 losses and didn't even win the conference championship. Right. LSU had an outside chance of getting in there with 2 losses, but it was if they ran a table and won the championship.
Rev, see that? Rev G, what have we been on here for like 10, 15 minutes almost? And this is the first time he's mentioned either the Pelicans, the Saints, or the fucking.
Boy, the Pelicans are playing good, Rev G. I don't know if you watch any NBA, but the Pelicans are rolling.
You got dudes.
Always been a Zion fan. Always been a Zion fan.
Oh, Webb loves that. Webb loves that. He loves those 2 guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just as much as he loves Eli Manning. I know Webb's love.
Luckiest player in the history of professional sports.
Lucky 2-time MVP.
Speaking of that, did you hear him last night on the game?
I've never watched that.
I don't watch that.
Watch it.
Go ahead.
Well, what's his name? Bill Simmons came on and they showed the freeze frame, and he goes, "Hey Eli, which one of the 3 holding penalties should have they called on that? Which holding did you like the best on this play?" And Eli throws it back at him and goes, "The one where Tyree held it against his helmet." Stinged it right to him. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. But all good.
All right, Rev. We're not going to let you off that easy. We're going to ask you these final. We got Michigan. You did say Michigan big, so you're saying they're going to cover the 7.5 against Tennessee.
I've been against TCU all year, and all they do is win. Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, but I think Michigan will take care of them. I think.
So cover the 7. Okay. Yeah. How about Ohio State? Georgia minus 6.5.
I think Ohio State keeps that one close. Georgia will win, but I think Ohio State will keep it close. Field goal game, something like that.
And then I think I like Georgia.
And then I like Georgia to win.
Yeah.
Back to back. Like I said, nothing earth shattering there yet, riding the chalk, but whatever is what it is. Now, if USC would have got in there, like I said, maybe that would have been a different story. But got to be.
We were on them all year. Their defense is still I don't understand a couple of these guys. I mean, like Leach just died today too. But how do you just completely ignore Can he just not recruit? Like Lincoln Riley can't recruit a couple guys on D.
That's what I said.
Like they're going to be in the top 5. Just get a couple dudes.
Stop them once. That's all.
Right.
Once.
A couple 3 and outs and you cover.
Or you obviously have athletes all over the place. Listen, take your backup wide receiver and put him at cornerback, or take a linebacker and let him play. Take a tight end, let him play linebacker for a little while.
Running back and have him play safety. Right, the 3rd string running back, and let's go get the ball. See ball, get ball.
Simple enough.
Yeah. I think that's all I got for you today, brother.
There you have it, folks. The world famous Rev G. Great job, Rev G. Thanks for the info. Good luck in the bowl pool.
Right on.
Rev G, thanks so much. Really appreciate the time. We'll see you soon. And hey, man, people are gunning for you. Get out there. Get out the classes and your pens.
Look behind him. That's it. All right, brother.
Take care, Rev G. Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
Thanks, brother. Bye.
All right, Webb. That was Rev G. The people we give them what they want. We give them what they want. 83 and 57 against the spread.
He was dressed to impress too.
Got the wager maker gear on. Can't fucking debate about that. And even what about the great tips for people going into the college bowl season.
Yeah.
Even gave his winners for the national championship.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
A sure sign that poor Rev G. Yeah. You know what happens once you start talking about how good your picks are?
Only one way to go.
I hope he didn't jinx them.
Only one way to go.
Yep. yeah.
Hey, man, he's a 3-time winner, though. My man got paid 3 times.
But he won a Survivor and the pool and something else.
1 week, and then and this.
All right.
He had a great year.
Well, let's get to some picks. You want to look at the NFL first and start with that? Or do you want to get
with these college games? Let's start.
All right, we'll look at a college, see if there's any college you like for the first weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday or something.
Well, we can run through them real quick here. That's probably the easiest thing. I didn't really take 2 look. Miami, Ohio versus UAB. UAB minus 11 and over 44.5. I mean, I'm a UAB fan, but I got to take 11 in this game, I guess. Whatever.
I think I'm taking the point. I don't even know if these will be who I end up taking in my pool because I haven't some of it done already and I haven't looked. But I the next game I do like UTSA. I think this is a good team.
But now saying that, as I look here, the line gives me a little bit of a weird plus 1.5. I would expect them to be minus 1.5. But
they're both 11 and they're both at 11 and 2. But I mean, does UTSA have a whole bunch of guys that are leaving for the NFL that are taking a day off? You would think they're playing. You would think they're playing, right?
Right. They would need more film than not. Yeah, I like the Roadrunners there. That's a good one. This next one, that's Friday. 2 games Friday. Saturday, what time? Doesn't have. Oh, yeah, 11 a.m. Eastern. You got to love it. Louisville -1 versus Cincinnati. This one is easy for me. I'm all over Cincinnati.
I'm down with that. I like Cincy.
Now, this one's an interesting. 12 o'clock, Jackson State versus North Carolina Central. Is Deion coaching this game? Coach Prime or no? I guess or no?
I don't know.
No,
I would think he would stick around to coach.
But
actually, I think there's been some bad juju and stuff. Bad talk and stuff like that since he's been gone. I don't know. He might just be out the building. Period.
He was all dressed in that Colorado garb.
Oh well, they had their press conference. They had their press conference in Colorado and everything. So I'm sure he's just there now. That's it.
But now it's 16.5 Jackson State. I mean, I'll probably punt on this one, but I'm going to punt on this one. I don't know.
I don't know anything about those other than Deion was there, but I bet Jackson State players feel like they got something to prove this week.
Maybe, especially if he's not there. Yeah, no doubt.
That's what I mean.
No doubt. But isn't his son the quarterback?
Yeah, I think maybe is he playing this week?
I
think one of his kids he's bringing. Does he have 2? How many kids does he have? I think somebody's going to Colorado with him. One of them.
Yeah, Jalen or whatever, the quarterback. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to punt on that. Las Vegas Bowl. Florida +10 versus Oregon State. The Florida quarterback is not playing. Anthony Richardson declared for the NFL draft. I like Oregon State here -10. It is a bit of a number, but these guys had a good year, and I think this bowl actually means something to them. So I'm going to go with Oregon State.
All right. I'll let you take Oregon State for our purposes, but I may be taking some points with Florida in that, but we'll see what happens. I know you like Fresno as a general rule, but I don't know. Washington State's not bad.
3.5 is the number and 53.5. I don't really have too much feeling on this game. I may go over, but for the purposes of the pool, I would take Fresno State just with the 3.5.
All right.
Southern Miss -6.5 over Rice. 46.5 the number. I will take Southern Miss -6.5. All right, we're getting into some night games here. This one's a pretty easy one for me. BYU +5.5 against SMU. I'm all over the 5.5 there. +5.5.
BYU.
9 o'clock at night, the Frisco Bowl, which is basically a home game for North Texas. Boise State -10.5 to North Texas. I'll punt this one over to you. This is the last game of the week.
Oh, wait, well, there's one on Monday. We can hit the Monday. We'll hit the Monday game too. The Marshall is favored by 10. UConn, that's like Jim Mora Jr. coaches UConn now. Is that the deal?
Right.
And they seem to be like they've been kind of upstart and like the kind of team that will show up for this game.
I think this is a huge game. I'm all over the +10 in that game.
All right, UConn.
And what did we say about Boise and North Texas? Nothing. That's a late game.
We said nothing.
All right, let's pick
I'll take Boise. I'll take Boise over North Texas.
-10.5.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
There you have it. We have Miami, Ohio, UTSA, Cincinnati, Oregon, Southern Miss, BYU, UConn, Boise. That's that.
I think it's funny. It's weird. I think the game I like the most, maybe besides the Roadrunners, Cincinnati I like, is the UConn. That's crazy. Interesting.
All right, let's move it. Let's move it over to the NFL.
All right, you want to kick it off? Or you just want to go down the line? What I got here?
Yeah, we'll go down the line real quick and see what's going on.
All right, let me see.
Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yep. Okay. We got Saturday games too. In Seattle, San Francisco -3.5 and 43.5.
Well, I've been loving San Francisco, right? But too much of a wild card with Purdy. Debo's out, but I also have been liking Seattle this year, and they kind of let me down the last.
That game, and we got suckered into that. Like last game was a sucker, but against
Panthers.
My lean here, I wouldn't bet the total. I'd take the 3.5 to be honest with you with the home team. But I'll leave it to you.
What's the total in that one?
43.5.
I'll take Seattle at home with the points.
All right, 3.5. Cool.
I may be betting the opposite. I may be betting the opposite come Thursday night, but I don't care.
Listen, we can all change our minds. All right, this is a U. This to me seems easy, and I'm a little leery. I love Minnesota -4 at home against.
I think they bounce back. They kind of screwed me this past week too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like them a lot this week. They've been pretty good for me this year, though. I got to admit, and but they let me down this past week. I think they bounce back. The Colts and just get all over the Colts.
No, Colts, yeah, Colts got it. They're looking for the end. Let's get it over.
Is Lamar Jackson playing for the Ravens this week?
Don't believe he's playing, and I don't believe the other guy's playing. So there's Cleveland's -2.5. Who's the other guy? The other backup. I think he got.
Oh, right. It's Hundley or something.
Hundley, that's it. Yeah, he's a good backup.
Yep.
Browns -2.5 and 38.5. So that's
38.5. Let's just go over. I'm going over. I'm going over. I mean, it's the NFL. How if we're gonna lose, they're gonna score.
Yep.
Some points.
These are all Saturday, by the way. Saturday night game is the Dolphins +7.5 and 42 in Buffalo.
Man, the Dolphins can't play in Buffalo, but 7.5 in a division game is so much.
And I'm so sick of the fucking Bills, man. Win something before you're the greatest fucking team in the world. Come on.
I'll take this. We can take 7.5 in a division game. I got no problem with that.
The only thing that it's going to be fucking 0 degrees. But yeah, we'll take the Dolphins. 42 is the total. And I think the Dolphins batch back. Tua, they're all telling everyone now Tua sucks again. So he's going to have a good game.
All right.
Okay. What was that last one? Sorry. All right, now we're on to Sunday.
All right.
Falcons in New Orleans, Smith, and 43 is the total. Desmond Ridder is starting.
I would take the Saints. I would take the Saints.
Yeah, that's fine. It's Saints -4.
If I'm ever going to bet the Saints again, it's going to be here.
It's funny. This is an interesting game here. This next one, Detroit at the Jets, 44.5, and the game is a pick'em.
Detroit, Dan Campbell, one of our all Moxie coaches.
His
team's coming on. His team is coming on, man.
Right.
But you know what? So are the Jets. Honestly, the Jets lost the other day, but they at least covered for us. I like any team that covers for us when they're getting 10. I like.
Oh
yeah. They kept it close. They kept it close enough.
Jets are legit, man.
Yep.
Well, saying that, what are we gonna do?
Let's take the Jets.
All right, pick. Done. Yeah, Detroit's they won. I mean,
they had. I mean, they're not going to just.
Right. They're not going to lose again. Right. This is another weird one. KC in Houston, 49.5. KC -14. Texans gave the Cowboys a big scare.
I'll punt that.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're not taking the Texans.
Right. It's no needs. We already got, there's other 1 o'clock games. Philadelphia in Chicago, -9 and 48.5. Philadelphia to me is the best team in football.
Very good. Very good team. We don't mention them enough as the top.
No. Right.
Well, I'm glad you're finally coming around. It takes you a long time before you would say something like that about Philadelphia, if they are the best.
I'm subjective.
Jalen Hurts is playing fucking amazing.
I'm saying they're winning the Super Bowl, but they're the best team right now. I don't know, are they gonna lose again? Are they gonna go 16-1? I mean,
are they gonna start going to even a shitty Chicago team and laying 10 points? Like I don't know. I don't know. I'll wait on that.
48.5 is the total. I wouldn't on that either. There's another tough one here. Pittsburgh in Carolina. Carolina -2.5 and 38.5.
I mean, I think the Steelers are basically better, but.
Who's the quarterback? Is it it's
Darnold? Darnold is 2-0 back in the saddle, but they're 2-0 against.
Yeah, you think they could score 39 points?
I'll take an over in that.
All right.
Over Pitt.
This is the thing that pissed me off too. Why are there so many fucking 1 o'clock games and there's nothing at 4 o'clock?
Yep.
There's another 1 o'clock game. Dallas in Jacksonville, 4.5 and 47.5.
I think Dallas bounces back this week. They won last week too, but I think they handle business this week. No,
I'm not going to argue. I disagree, but
okay. We can skip that. We'll skip that one. We got a lot already.
Yeah. Finally, 4 o'clock. There are just 4 o'clock games. That's more than there was. Arizona, which is just a wreck Oh, well. And they're playing Arizona +3 and 36.5 in Denver, which is a fucking worse.
Both wrecks.
Fuck this game. I mean, I don't even know who's a quarterback.
Raiders, Patriots.
Dude, England's playing real good, man. I mean, and what the Raiders, they fucked me hard last week, too. Fuck them. Let's take the Patriots. -1. Fuck the Raiders.
All right.
It's an interesting game. Here's the good one. Chargers -3 and 47 at home against the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans. What they let me down last week.
Are they finally been exposed? We've been waiting for 3 years or 2 years for them to be not good. Is this finally it or what?
I mean, they were playing Jags last week. They were just laying a few points at home. They got up 7-0 right away, and then it was 7-7. Then it was 14-7 Tennessee. I'm like, this is a win. This is gonna be a winner. And then and then they got rolled after that.
Yeah, I think San Diego or LA finally looked decent with the receivers. I mean, it's a lot. It's funny how Mike Williams and Keenan Allen that they look better, but they've underwhelmed me. I think the coach sucks with the Chargers.
What about an over in this one, 47?
Let's do that.
Over Chargers.
Because I do think German James is hurt, and there's a couple guys on the Chargers hurt.
And then another tough game, Bengals and Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers are awful. I don't care what anyone. Tom Brady sucks. I don't care. I mean, it's those throws. He just has. There's no offensive line. He's lost. Right. I think 3 centers. Bengals are on fire. I got no problem taking the Bengals -3. And I don't see I mean, the over's 44, but how many other Bucks going to score?
Right. Big NFC East matchup Sunday night. Washington by 4.5 over the Giants. You think the Giants can keep it within a field goal?
I don't. And I do like the over, but I do like the over 40 much better. That seems way low to me.
Yeah. Look, they've been lower scoring games this year, but we've been doing pretty good on the totals this year.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
I don't. The Giants have been exposed, and they're. I mean, the other shoe dropped.
Over Washington.
And I think Washington they're more talented.
Yep. And then we got Green Bay and the Rams. Another shit Monday. I mean, garbage Monday night.
Every night game blows. I don't know, man. 39.5. Who's the quarterback? Baker, right? Dude, I don't fucking know. It's going to be cold as hell. Packers, I guess. I don't know. Is he even playing? Is Rodgers? Does he play still?
I don't know. Did they just have one bye week? It seems like I haven't seen him. I haven't heard about him in a month.
I saw something. I was at the gym and I saw
he had a broken thumb at one point, but
he looked like he was eating mushrooms again or whatever, the ayahuasca. Like he was just sitting there, and it seemed. I think there was like smoke in the room that he was in. So I don't know. I mean, whatever you want to go over, but it's just so fucking cold.
Well, we're gonna punt. I'm gonna punt on Monday. I'm gonna punt on a Monday night game. Might watch a movie.
Yeah. Let's go. We'll take the over 39.
I'll watch It's a Wonderful Life that week.
Yeah, right.
What'd you say? Take over?
Yeah, we'll go over 39.5.
All right. That's our punt.
Always.
Right. All right. So we got Seattle Vikings over Ravens, Dolphins, Saints, Jets over Pitt, Patriots over Chargers, Bengals over Washington, and over Green Bay.
There you go. Lots of
over. All right. Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year. I think we'll see you before the New Year. Thank you very much, Rev G. Thank you, MN3 Technologies and Buffalo Grill, Little Rock, Wilbur Investigations, John Grove for the bumper music. Everybody for listening. We appreciate you. Get you some Wager Maker gear and listen, spread the word. Get in the pool. It's for free $500 and he keeps you track. There's going to be a shitty UTSA against some other UT fucking shit team coming up soon, and you're going to want to have a reason to watch it.
No doubt. It gets brick by brick, baby. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks Rev G for coming on. Like Smith said, it's free $500. Ask Rev G. He's a 3-time. He's got the trifecta. He's going for 4. You guys got to bring him down. That's it. Thanks Wilbur. Thanks MN. Thanks Buffalo Grill. Scott Wheatley. Get your game on. You've been called out. A couple other you guys.
Yeah. Former champion Scott Wheatley.
Freddie. Oh, dude. Yep. Polish. Come on, man. Bring it on. Listen to Devi, and like Smith said, what's better stocking stuffer than the Wager Makers swag? Besides, we need some money for Christmas. We got bills to pay. You're welcome.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.